What's up, Doc? Welcome to the Docs Get Money podcast. Are you a badass doctor killing it professionally and has bigger dreams than just clocking in and out of the hospital? Do you want to leave behind a legacy that is as lit as an HBCU homecoming? Want to know how other doctors are getting to the big bag? That's right, making 5, 6, and 7 figures without putting on the white coat? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you're in the right place. I'm your host, Kimberly, but you can call me Kim or KB. I went from being a burnt out and overwhelmed emergency physician to the founder and CEO of 2 6-figure non-clinical companies and beating burnout along the way. I'm also your business coach, here to help you make money moves to change the world. This podcast isn't just about making money, though. It's about leveling up your life, mindset, and bank account so you can build an empire that's as iconic as Beyonce. You ready? Let's get into it. Picture this. You're sprinting out of a building engulfed in flames. The very structure you once revered as a temple of healing now is nothing but a towering inferno of burnout and frustration. Behind you, the endless nights, the thankless shifts, and the corporate medicine structure controlling how you practice are all consumed by the blaze. Up ahead, you see nothing but freedom, clarity, purpose, income, and impact. That's where I come in. And from side hustler to CEO, my signature one-on-one business coaching program, you'll start your own fire by launching your first profitable coaching, consulting, or midterm rental business and make clinical cash in 90 days or less. That's right, 4 or 5 figures in 90 days or less. This is for the doctors who feel like every shift is a dumpster fire, unmanageable, or just out of control. Let me help you rise from the ashes, thriving, and with a business that brings you life instead of sucking it out of you. Ready? Slide into my DMs on Instagram at Dr. Kimberly B with the word out, and let's turn the burnout into the bag. What's up, Instagram? How are you guys? I'm back for part 2 of 3 of the From Burnout to the Bag Masterclass. I don't know what happened with the last live that I did. I don't think that anyone heard the sound. I listened to it back and I did not hear any sound. So I see some people are joining me. If you can hear me, can you let me know, like in the comments, like give me either a heart or a thumbs up? I have been having problems with my sound, at least the last time I went live. So if you don't mind, please, if you're watching this live, just drop a little heart or something to let me know that you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for joining me again. So happy Friday to everybody. I'm going to say it's Funding Friday. We're going to talk about some money today. So thank you again for joining me for the second part of this 3-part masterclass I'm doing here on Instagram on how to go from burnout to the bag. So this is basically my story and my experience of going, being a burnt out emergency physician and really wanting to leave emergency medicine after 2 years of practicing emergency medicine, of course, and then turning what was burning me out and was pissing me off into my short-term rental company, which grossed over 6 figures within the first full year of us being in business. So now I'm a business coach. I help other physicians who are burnt out, wondering what's next for them, and just even wanting to create income outside of clinical medicine or their clinical practice. And I help them to start their own businesses as a coach, a consultant, or even a rental business themselves. So I'm so happy to share this story and share this experience with you. And I know that this is really powerful information. This is, I think, addressing a question that a lot of people have about, like, oh, how do I monetize my expertise? And what do I do? I'm burnt out. I feel stuck. What is next for me? So I'm really, like I said, glad that you guys are able to join me today. And I'm glad that I'm able to share these experiences and these stories. But these are the exact steps that I'm going to teach you, like I said, of how I started and then grew the business from 0 to, like I said, 6 figures in a year. and how I also teach my clients in my business coaching program from side hustler to CEO to do the same thing as well too. So I trust that you will find this super helpful for you. Please save this live. Please go back to it. Please send this to someone that you know of. If you are yourself a doctor, meaning if you're a pharmacist, a physician, if you're a dentist, a podiatrist, I serve everybody that is in the healthcare arena, and you're finding yourself confused, burnt out, wondering what's next. Like I said, send this to them. I think this is a great way for you to start to think about what could be potentially on the horizon for you. So, absolutely. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Before I do, just want to do a quick recap about what we talked about in part one. Part one is saved on my Instagram. You can go to my page at Dr. Kimberly B, and you can actually see part one if you missed it, or if you just need to reference back what we kind of talked about. But the first part, we really talked about what is burnout, right? And really identifying in your burnout, if that is exactly you, then what is actually the actual problem that you're going through? And if you can identify the problem that you are going through, how can you address this problem? Thinking about some creative ways that you can solve that problem for yourself, or you can solve that same problem for other people. The same thing is, like I said, with me. For me, I came up with the idea for my midterm rental business because myself, I was an emergency physician traveling, staying in some shitty hotels, and I wanted a place for myself that I could renew and restore myself. And I felt like if I could have a home away from home, then it would make me feel a lot better, since I can control anything else that was going on around me. So that's how I became a midterm rental business owner, because I decided to create those spaces for other traveling medical professionals just like me that are probably experiencing burnout. So again, we talked about that burnout and identifying what is the exact problem that you are going through, and then how can you potentially start to solve it. So again, if you need a more in-depth refresher about what we talked about, go ahead and shoot to the other video when you are able to, and then you're able to, like I said, review that. So let's talk about what is step two. Now that we have identified burnout, that was the very first step of the burnout. You've got to actually know you're burnt out. Step two is starting a fire. Yes, starting a fire. Now, it is not the fire that you are thinking of. It is not actually, I'm not telling you to get a lighter and go to a trash can at work and start lighting things on fire. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is to start a fire in the sense of start a business that has a model that will give you fast income so that you can retire early. That is the acronym FIRE, fast income so that you can retire early. Different people say FIRE in different ways. And from side hustler to CEO, when I say start a fire, that's exactly what I mean. Fast income so that you can retire early. And so what is that is specifically, again, is a business model that not only addresses the problem that you identified, right? But it also does it in a way that gets you money very quickly, not just waiting around, dawdling around for months or even years for a return on your investment, so that you can actually start to replace your clinical income. So that means this is high ticket money, meaning at least if you're an emergency physician or someone that works like shift work like I do, at least replacing shift work for you. So if you make maybe 2K a shift, 3K a shift, 4K a shift, these are business models where you can very quickly start to match your clinical income. Okay. I'm not talking about like cheapo coaching at all whatsoever, or coach or anything else. It is something that is going to match your income and potentially exceed it. It is scalable as well too. So the three business models that I teach my clients, and I say that our FIRE business models are: one, coaching. Kind of dropped that already. I've been kind of saying coaching, coaching, coaching anyways. Number two, being a consultant or starting your own consulting agency. And number three, starting a midterm rental business. So let's break down each one of those things. And I'm happy to explain to you exactly why I say each one of those things are fire and why everyone is even talking about them, why everyone is starting one, and why honestly you should think about starting one as well yourself too. So let's talk about coaching. What is that? I had a I had a sales call with somebody, and they said to me the funniest thing, like, if everyone is a coach, then who's all on the team? And I just laughed at her because it's one, a really great question. Everyone is becoming a coach. So what is that? And who is all on everyone's team? Not everybody is an athletic coach. So what is everybody coaching about? What is all this? What are people doing? So what a coach actually is someone that facilitates forward action, meaning that forward action towards a specific goal. Let's make sure that I'm very clear about that. So those can be any types of different goals that you can identify. I am a business coach, so I help other people start and grow their business as a coach, consultant, or rental business. That is what I do, right? As a business coach. There's also so many different other types of coaches out there, depending on the problem that you're solving. But really, what you do as a coach is that you are working through challenges and working through obstacles with someone else. You are giving them the the mindset techniques, the tools, the skills, and the action steps in order for them to walk through the the solution to their problem for themselves, right? But you are there, like I said, as a guide and as someone that is doing this alongside of them, right? It is not something that you're just kind of telling them what to do, right? So there's all different types of coaches, which I kind of alluded to. Most physicians are naturally coaches as well because we coach our patients every day in the office or at the bedside, telling them about what's going on with their health and letting them know what treatment plan, what medications they need to be on in order to get better, be well, et cetera, and so forth. So naturally, a lot of physicians and all of us other healthcare professionals gravitate to health and wellness coaching. But don't forget, there's so many other different things. There's fitness coaching, there's still athletic coaching, there's life coaching. There's also business coaching, like we talked about. There's dating and relationship coaching. Um, there are financial coaches. One of my clients is a financial wellness coach. There are also parenting coaches, career coaches, negotiation coaches, so many different things. So it really depends on the problem that you are solving in order for you to decide what type of coach or what type of coaching that you can go into. But like I said, I just rattled off a ton of different type of coaches that you are coaching that you can either offer for yourself or you can even partake of if you are someone that is looking for someone and is needing someone to help you to solve a problem. Why I say that coaching is so fire and I am obsessed with it, and part of the reason why I truly became a coach as well too, is that not only is the money great if you are equipped with the sales and the marketing skills that it takes in order for you to make sure that you are positioning your services in a way that gets ideal clients to your doorstep and you can actually sell them. That's one thing, but it's really impactful to work with people in a different way, meaning that I, of course, see patients still in the emergency department, but a lot of times I'm just only with them for maybe 10, 15 minutes. And that's a good visit, of course, if there's just quick in and out. But as a coach, I'm able to help their dreams come true. My clients are women that really want to see a different type of impact in the world, and I'm able to help them through what I've created as a coach through my signature process and framework, walk them through results to help them to achieve their goals as well, to starting their coaching businesses. And so that's really why I love coaching. I think that's why so many people are becoming coaches as well too, because it helps you in personal growth. Yes, you're encouraging the personal growth of someone else, but it really impacts and shapes you and it challenges you as a coach to be a better person. So that's something that I didn't even know existed in the world. I didn't know that coaching has been around for years, and especially business coaching has been around for years. Some of your favorite high powered CEOs, millionaires, billionaires have coaches, and that's part of the reason why they are millionaires and billionaires right now is because they have people alongside them helping them to overcome challenges and walk the path alongside them. So again, that is my selling for coaching. Absolutely. But not only is coaching transformational. Let me just really say that it's transformational not only for me or you as the coach, but also for the client. But it's also really enjoyable. As you can see, it's very fun. It can be, and it's very in demand. It's There's so many different types of coaches that are out in the world, and so many people have problems that they don't know how to overcome. Just Google, how many times have you Googled some things at night, like, why is my husband angry at me, or why can't I get the raise that I want at work, or how do I ask someone to pay me for my services without feeling sleazy, like all different types of things and questions that people have. You may have a skill set that can help somebody to achieve that. So there are so many different problems in the world, and there's so many different ways that people can solve them. But coaching can help people to achieve their results a lot faster than just trying to figure it out on their own. And so many people, like I said, invest in it. And lastly, it's also very scalable. I am a one-on-one business coach. I work with my clients, just like I said, one-on-one. I have calls just like this almost with them. But you can also do so many different types of other, like group coaching. You can go to masterminds. There's so many different ways that coaching can look. And so that can make sure that your intellectual property or your coaching program or offer can last into the world in a multitude of different ways. So that's really why I say coaching is a fire offer. It's fire, fire, fire. It's a very easy way for you to, once you've identified a problem that is pissing you off or a problem in the world, that you can then take it and make it into a coaching program or a coaching solution for someone in order for them to get to that solution that they're looking for. So that is enough about coaching. Let's talk about the next one that I also say is a fire offer, which is very, very similar. Hey Shanika, it's good to see you, girl. That is very similar to coaching, but it's consulting, and it's slightly different in the sense that this is where I feel like doctors are giving away their expertise. When you are a consultant, right, you are really giving solutions to people's problems, meaning that if someone brings a problem to you, you tell them exactly what to do to solve it, and that's basically it. Some consultants do walk through solutions with their clients, meaning that they will help to implement the solutions alongside them, but it's still along the way. It's like, nope, it should be done like this, it should be done like that. There's a lot less interaction or back and forth from the client. The client is paying you to solve the problem. They don't care about anything else but just making sure that this problem is solved so they can move on and doing something else. Still super, super, super transformational. There's all different types of consultants in the world. The most popular that I've seen physicians and other healthcare professionals go into, though, has been DEI consulting, health consulting, IT consulting. A lot of times, us emergency physicians know how to run emergency departments really, really well. So we do ED operations consulting as well too. If you have your own business and maybe you do some other consulting as well too, maybe you're a great marketer or you have a really amazing sales process that you've implemented to people with people before. Sales consulting, marketing consulting is also different ways and different channels that physicians and other healthcare professionals have consulted before. So again, it all depends on what the problem is or what your expertise is. So a really great way to think about if you're thinking about being a consultant, is what is everyone already coming to me for, right? What types of advice or what types of questions do I consistently get questioned about? And this can be not anything as fancy as healthcare or wellness or ED operations. I'm even talking about things like maybe everyone's coming to you for fashion advice, right? Maybe someone is always coming to you for design advice. Maybe you are already into real estate, or you have a beautiful home or a beautiful office, and everyone is always looking for you to design something for them. That is a type of consultancy that you can do. You can design people's offices, you can do all kinds of different things. But those industries as well, even though that's not your expertise or your training, let me say, can still be your expertise, because that is what everybody is coming to you for. They listen to you, they follow your advice, and they also refer other people to you. So, again, if you're thinking about a business idea, a way to think about what could be your niche. Thank you, Shanika. Is that you can just ask yourself, what is everyone always coming to you for? Shanika's in the comments saying that's how she figured out her niche. Everyone kept coming to her about work drama and advice. Yes, and so that's why Shanika is the any day negotiator now. She helps doctors negotiate for what they want at work, because everyone has always been like, well, how do I do this? And this is going on. And what do I say in this contract? Exactly, Shanika. So that is part of the ways that you can think about how you can monetize your expertise, is thinking about what you can consult or even coach other people on as well too. Same thing with consulting as with coaching. It is scalable. You can work with not just individuals, but more specifically corporations and organizations. And once you start getting to working with organizations and corporations, that's when the dollars really go up. Most consultants do not charge less than maybe 5K, and I feel like I'm lowballing different things for an offer, a consulting package, depending on how involved they are. It also consults based on their hourly work, their time. So there's so many different ways that as a consultant, you can generate money. But again, it is figuring out, what are you the expert in? What problems are people coming to you and asking for your expert advice for you to solve? And then making that into your consulting offer. So that's the second thing. The third thing, we'll go really quickly because we've talked about midterm rentals so much, but the third, what I consider to be a fire offer or a fire that you can start, is a midterm rental business. So today I've gotten a ton of questions from people like, okay, what is midterm rentals? I don't even know what this is. So most people have heard of Airbnb. Short-term rentals, meaning if you're going to be traveling to an area, you may need to just be there for maybe 2 to 3 days, definitely about a week or less, right? That's traditional short-term rentals. Then you've got your long-term rentals, which are your average apartments where you may be leasing or renting it for a year, or sometimes 15 months, 16 months, depending on. But it's your longer term stay. Someone is moving to the area for a series of years or for a long period of time, and they need a more stable place to stay, right? So midterm rentals is what happens in between those spaces. That's really when people need to stay at a location for anywhere about less than 6 months, I would say. And that can vary depending on the laws and where you are. But I'd say in general, anywhere less than 6 months. That really caters to a specific demographic of travelers that are usually nurses, maybe other medical professionals like we are, digital nomads. And what that is that different people that work remotely. And since they work remotely, they travel all around the world or maybe the States, and they work in different locations. So that's a different demographic. There's so many different people that midterm rentals can attract to. But what you can do is acquire a property, lots of times without owning it, because So that's exactly what I did. I did not own any of the properties that I managed. And so then you acquire it, furnish it, and then rent it out to these guests. And that's exactly what you do. That took me from, like I said, zero to six figures, zero to six figures in a year. And I had tried the traditional real estate investing strategy where I bought a fixer upper. I was trying to rehab it, and then we got a traditional renter in there. I spent thousands of dollars on that rental, like absolutely thousands of dollars, and saw zero, absolutely zero return on it. When I started my midterm rental business, I made the decision to do it, let's see, early March of 2022. Within the first week, I got my yes, and I was going to get keys to the property. And then within, like I said, about 30 to about 40 days or so, I had the apartment furnished and I was handing the keys back over to my very first guest. And I made $3,000, like I said, in about 40 days. And then over the 6 to 7 months that we were in business, we were able to make five figures. We made a little over 10K in the first few months. So when I say fast, like faster than traditional real estate investment, it's scalable because I went from one property to five in literally a few months. I think it was like 6 months that I did that, and then made six figures very rapidly. So not only is it scalable, meaning you can just grow and make more and more money as you acquire more properties, is very much in demand. There's more people now, of course, that are working remotely, that are traveling for work, that are working locums, working travel contracts, and they need to be in places for that midterm time, that not quite a year, definitely more than a few days, don't want to stay in a hotel, need the comforts of home, want the comforts of home. So that is a specific demographic and a specific market that is growing actively and needs to be tapped into. So that is definitely one. It's also transformational, meaning if you're able to provide someone literally a home away from their home while they're already working, that can do wonders in restoring someone's mental health, their burnout. That's part of the reason why, again, I started Sherwood Properties, because I wanted to create spaces for people to even decompress their mind. And so for people that are facing burnout, facing thoughts of wanting to self harm or what have you, you never know what people are going through, and you never know what just a space can do for someone. So it's definitely transformational. And I found it to be so enjoyable. If you enjoy serving other people in a new way, if you enjoy allowing people to see a different part of your city, give them a new experience, things like that, it's been so fun to see people like really like enjoy Memphis, like see that there's so many great things that are going on there in my city. So yeah, I'm not there right now. That's what I'm saying there. So yeah, so that's really midterm rental businesses, and those are all encompassing the ways of the three different types of fires, or three different business models that I consider to be fire, and why you should start one more specifically. So to recap, we talked about coaching, we talked about consulting, and we talked about midterm rental businesses. And I explained a little bit why each of those are fire and a little bit about what each of those things were. So I haven't really said though, how do I actually start a fire? Okay, Kim, how do I start a coaching business? How do I start a consulting business? So that's what I really help other doctors do in my program, From Side Hustler to CEO, is actually how to actually start this business. And more specifically, I'll share with you guys a story about my client, Biasha, who's here on Instagram as well, too. She went through the experience of being one of the only Black women in her emergency medicine residency in 2020, in the middle of the George Floyd, racial unrest, all of those things, COVID, wearing masks as a brand new emergency medicine resident. And she struggled a lot with her self confidence, imposter syndrome, And she was not in a place where she had a lot of comforts of home. She was in a long distance relationship. There was a lot of things working against Biasha. It was only when she learned how to build her own confidence and how to beat imposter syndrome is when she was able to really transform herself. Before she was able to really build that confidence, she even got pretty negative or not the best interactions or ratings with her clinical scores, but definitely after she built her self-confidence and got rid of her imposter syndrome, her clinical interactions soared. She got better reviews from her attendings. Overall, her whole experience transformed. So what she decided to do before she and I met each other was she started writing all of these experiences down in a book. She thought that, okay, I'm going to transform people's lives. I want people to feel empowered the way I finally got myself to feel empowered. I'm going to write a book. And so she wrote the outline for her unpublished book yet. And she was like, but I want to transform lives now. So how do I take my story, my experience of being not confident, feeling like an imposter, not feeling like I can fully be myself and be authentic to who I am as a Black woman in this predominantly white program, and help someone to walk through that same process? How can I do that and walk someone through the same way? So, and from side hustler to CEO, when we actually worked together, we used my fire offer combustion kit. And that is the tool that I use to help my clients to actually take their experience and their story and create their transformational program, meaning that it helps clients to achieve the result that they're trying to achieve. It tackles the mindset, it tackles not only that, but it prices it. It's incredible. It has everything that someone needs in order to start their business from scratch as a coach, consultant, or midterm rental business owner. So I'm absolutely in love with it. And so is Biasha. So when she used the Fire Offer Combustion Kit, she was able to change her book into a life coaching program. And now she is the founder and the creator of Be Out Loud life coaching program for historically marginalized high achievers wanting to live more authentically and to show up differently in their life. So I am so proud she's been able to do that in less than 90 days and start selling her offer as a coach, a brand new coach, and get results for clients. I'm absolutely excited for her. And that is like I said, the power of when you know exactly the steps to take, right? Like when you are able to just know, like just transform it, and you just have everything all together. You know exactly how much you want to charge. You know how you're going to get the client's results. You know what questions they may have. You may have what challenges they need to overcome already. There's so many different things that you're able to achieve when you use the Fire Offer Combustion Kit. And like I said, that is the tool that I use with my clients to help them to create their own coaching program. So that's a little bit how you do that. And so if you want to know how to do that for yourself, or if you're looking for someone to help you start or even grow your coaching business as well too, I don't just work with people that are brand new to coaching or consulting or midterm rental businesses. If you're already in the act and you need some help along the way as well too, I definitely work with clients and work with people that are already coaching and consulting and need some help too. So DM me the word fire if any of this is sounding interesting to you. If you have more questions, if you are ready to start your own fire and you want to be a coach, a consultant, or if you want to start your own midterm rental business, I'm so happy to do that and see if we can work together. So definitely hit me in the DMs. So we talked a ton today. Like I said, I'm hoping that today I am live and y'all can hear me because I am just giving you all the tea. And from burnout to the bag today. I'm super glad that you guys were able to join me. Like I said, please, 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 if you need a refresh, go back to part 1, step 1, where we talked about identifying what is burnout And then save this live or save this video as well too, so you are able to come back to actually starting a fire and knowing exactly what that is. But next time, hopefully, like I said, tomorrow, I will bring back with you. I'll be back with you talking about exactly how we're now going to get to the bag. So, like I said, we've gone from burnout. We've identified that we're burnt out. We already have identified the problem. We've picked a way that we are going to address that problem. And by starting a fire, we're going to either be a coach, a consultant, or a midterm rental business. Now, we're almost there. We got the model. We got how we're going to do it. We got to actually get to the bag, though. So we're going to talk about money the next time. And I can't wait to do that with you guys. So again, if you guys have any questions for me, hit me in the DMs. I'm at Dr. Kimberly B here on Instagram. And thank you so much. Y'all have a great Friday. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Docs Get Money podcast. New episodes drop every Thursday wherever you find your favorite podcast. Share, comment, follow, and subscribe to the Docs Get Money podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And if you want to know more, visit me, Dr. Kimberly Brown, at KimberlyBrownMD.com, and be sure to follow me at Dr. Kimberly B on Instagram. And until next time, let's go get this money, honey.